So I wasn't planning on doing it on the same day, but I guess I am anyways. So I saw this thing. We couldn't really hear Paimon. Some Labis effects. I don't know. I'm gonna go to the Bubble Pharmacy. All I care about is the fact that this is in Liwa, and this means that this should be where I get to hear the new voice lines for my favorite, the character who, if there's any character I own, I'm probably gonna be I would consider to be my main. It's Kuching. I'm waiting to hear these new voices, as I really want to know. I want to see if I can guess and think, like, try to find out who it is, because I'm curious. Very, very curious. I really want to know. Mostly so I can see if I recognize them from any other things. 'Cause
Oh,
that's usually a big thing.
Baiju wasn't in his shop.
Oh, you're looking for Dr. Baiju. He's resting today, but he said to send any patients to the back room.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay, thanks. We'll head on through.
Wait, that's cool! We even had something like that before. Holy shit. Wait, I wouldn't have ever thought about having that be an option. That's okay, cool. Yeah, what's going on with the bye-bye today? Ugh, looks like we have special guests.
Traveler, Paimon, welcome.
Thank God he's still
What
voiced.
can I do for you?
Chung Chung isn't, but that's not a hard voice for me to do.
It's the Traveler. She looks absolutely beat these days. And she keeps spacing out. You have to call her name several times before she snaps out of it.
Oh, is Lilac music prone to sickness? I find this very surprising. I'm not sure.
Very peculiar. In all the time we've been acquainted, this is the first time you've come to me with a health complaint. Come, let me take a look at you.
Let me turn the volume up a bit. Because Waiju is very quiet. Very soft-spoken. Kind of like me. Except my actual projection tends to be a lot higher. Soft-spoken but very projecting. It's a very interesting combination, I can tell you that much.
Okay, Paimon does not like that expression, but...
Complexion is good, eyes are clear, breathing is steady, pulse is strong. Physically, you appear to be in good condition, traveler. In theory, your energy level should reflect that.
Yeah, I
You
do
should
feel
be
like
feeling
something
right
is
as rain.
off.
Hence my concern. A clean bill of health is usually a good thing, but in this case, it likely means your situation is more complicated. Physical illnesses come with detectable symptoms that can be used to diagnose, medicate, and cure the condition. But afflictions of a non-physical nature, they fall outside a doctor's realm of expertise.
Huh? What do you mean, non-physical nature?
Curses, dark magic, it's hard to say. It could just as easily be a simple case of mental fatigue.
Yeah.
Why don't you rest here for a bit? Whatever it is we're dealing with, clues to your condition are sure to reveal themselves in time. Once we know the root cause, we can administer the right treatment.
Great job, Stream. It took you almost 3.5 minutes to actually see it. Why does Stream Manager is telling me it's offline? Okay, I'm just gonna go click on the stream itself. That's gonna be so much easier. There we go. See that that'll actually tell me what I'm looking for. There we go. I've seen my fair share of mental afflictions. To start with, some calming incense. A good night's sleep and a good meal would do a world of good.
In the meantime, Chongsheng and I will review the relevant literature for afflictions that present with mental fatigue.
Still, we're not experts on this kind of thing. I say we should strongly consider calling in a specialist as soon as possible. I'm trying really hard to make my S's much more pronounced when it's
Must be a
doing
rare
Chung Sung's
condition
voice.
if not even Baiju and Changsheng have seen it before. Well, all we can do is take their advice. You look like you're about to collapse anyway. Just get some rest. Paimon will be right here by your side. Fingers crossed you'll be all better when you wake up.
Yeah, the one notable thing I'd say about Paimon's current voice And I usually notice that when I'm actually paying a lot of attention, especially when in English voices, is how sharp the S's are. I can't fix it because I'm just recording through the microphone on a controller. But if for someone who's like professional voice acting, they probably have something they're actually using to record that can actually connect to one. But you use like a de-esser, which significantly reduces how sharp the S's are, which microphones do not like. It's notable in real life, but it's really bad when it's coming through like a speaker. That's why, when possible, you should try to fix it. Audio is always the thing you should get up first. I just don't know how I'm going to do it for this, unless I get some way to connect like a whole mic setup to the PS5. Although I'm still not sure how I do that. Whispers betwixt stars and night. Okay, let's see where this story goes. Yeah, it's something Abyss related. Obviously, it's Skirk story quest. Something fucking weird going on. I don't. What are the requirements for this quest? I don't actually know. I'll check on one of my newer accounts. Thick fog from my field of vision. Also like a dream, more real than a dream, but too chilling to be real life. My breath freezes in my throat before I can even exhale it. It feels like my soul has been wrenched from my body and thrust into this strange, unfamiliar space. Whichever direction I look in, there's no end in sight. Worse than that, there's something in the fog, something like following me like a shadow. If this is a dream, how long till I wake up? And if it's not, then where in the world am I? It pierced through the fog and stabbed me in the back. There's no blood. It seems the light coming from the wound. I see this familiar-looking spike retreating back into the darkness. Deep inside, it feels like a part of me is missing. Now another wave of fatigue is washing over me. Yeah, it's definitely something Abyss-related. But what specifically of the Abyss?
Traveler! Rise and shine! For once, you're making Paimon look like an early riser. It's already afternoon. A cut? What? Did you scratch yourself in your sleep? Nope, nothing there. Okay, don't panic. Paimon heard that dreams
Oh,
tell
it's
us
this
what
line.
we need by showing us the opposite. So, if you had a nightmare, maybe all you need is something to cheer you up. Come on, Paimon will treat you to something yummy.
This is one of the lines that someone stole from the code in order to like during from the pre-download to like do this to like find out who or like to show off what the new voice sounded. I'm still the Paimon one is great, but in normal gameplay, I never hear it outside of quests. So what I'm curious about are the characters I actually play. You and Paimon head to one man restaurant. Insisting that something isn't right, Paimon orders a bunch of dishes to cheer you up.
What? So, in this dream, you were trapped in a weird place with thick fog everywhere, and then a spike came out of nowhere and stabbed you in the back? Oh. Okay, well, that's a new one. Are you sure it was a dream? Because from the way you describe it, it sounds like you were really there. But then again, you woke up right where you went to bed. And you were definitely in a deep sleep this morning.
I don't know what to make of it either. Maybe it was just a very lifelike dream.
It's decided. Paimon will stay up and watch over you tonight. Or, wake you up first and then we can beat him up together.
Something is missing.
Did you just say something?
The flesh remains whole,
God
but the soul is incomplete. Left unresolved, the mind will wither away along with it.
Hi, Skirk.
What the? Wait, Paimon remembers you. You're Child's master. Skirk?
Skirk.
Right. what are you doing here? The last time we saw you was at the Primordial Sea in Fontaine, right? But then we left and never learned where you went after that. Child's been looking everywhere for you, by the way. What brings you to Wamin Restaurant of all places?
Tell me, what is it that you saw? Tight-lipped, huh? You. I'll take a glass of wine.
Hmm? Oh, of course. Coming right up. We make this one in-house. It's not too strong.
Chef Mao, I'll take a grilled tiger fish over here.
Coming right up. Ah, if I knew we'd be this busy, I wouldn't have approved Shenhe's vacation.
At the end of the day, what happens to you is of little consequence to me. I'm not here to try and win you over. Trust me or not, the choice is yours. If you want my help, now's the time to speak up. I was investigating an abyssal disturbance in the area and happened to notice you. Part of your soul is damaged, and the wound bears traces of abyssal corrosion.
Neither of those things sound good.
Is there something? Given what I've seen of her strength, how much she can tell me what happened to me. I don't know what her goal is, but in this moment at least, I don't think she has bad intentions.
Should we trust her? She mentioned an abyssal disturbance. Maybe that has something to do with what's going on with you. But we could always find a different expert on the
Not short notice.
And that thing she said about your soul being damaged is scary, Paimon. Skirk's an interesting one, that's for sure. But from what Giles told us, she...
1, 2, 7, 10. That'll do. Well, have you made up your mind?
Oh, what I saw was a dark space shrouded in a dense fog that wouldn't disperse.
So that's all we know, Miss Skirk.
So, you couldn't disperse the fog. I understand. Come find me in the Guili Plains when you're done here. Oh, and I left cash for the drink on the table.
Oh, okay. Huh? She disappeared.
Gone. I'm pretty sure she can teleport.
Hold on. You overpaid.
Oh, no. This includes the drinks.
I didn't think you two ordered a drink.
We didn't. It was that lady who came and sat with us, remember?
You sure? I could have sworn there were only 2 of you at that table.
Ah, there's this shit type of shit.
What'd you put in their dish, Chef Mao? Some kind of hallucinogenic mushroom?
Saying things? Wait, so neither of you noticed her? Young lady?
Oh, now you mention it, that vaguely rings a bell. And it looks like I did open the wine jar, so...
Map check, please. Huh.
Okay, what was going on there? It's like they didn't remember Skirk being there at all. Even Paimon was half convinced we hallucinated the whole thing. Oh, this whole situation is giving Paimon the creeps.
Interesting. So, she has some sort of memory manipulation of some kind. That interests me a lot.
Whoa, what are all these rift hounds doing here? Huh, looks like they're collecting something. Let's go check it out.
Oh, hello. There's a lot of music.
Sign here, please. Incoming. Nowhere to hide. So, this is what they were collecting. It looks kind of like...
May God remains.
What?
From the moment they are born, all beings with great power have an impact on this world. Even if their body is sundered and their soul extinguished, their influence remains. Gods are the most common example of that. The remnants of gods who fell thousands of years ago remain buried deep within the earth, carrying within them a warped will and a dark curse. Together, these remnants form what you call God remains, and it appears that some of those sealed here were dug up and removed. There are traces left, but they're fading fast. What are you doing?
Nothing. Just wanted to make sure you were... She's definitely not a ghost traveler. Paimon poked her, and she's solid.
Your life hangs in the balance, and that's what you're fixated on? It was just a trick to avoid being perceived. If someone notices me, those memories are erased. Unlike you, I have no desire to establish a connection with the world. The weak and the lowly have no right to remember me. They're lucky they only have a few missing memories to show for it. Now, can we please get back on track?
Okay. Where were we? Right. The God remains. In our experience, God remains are 100% bad news.
Maybe it's a good thing by human standards, but power doesn't come from nothing. And it doesn't just disappear for no reason. The remains aren't just gone. Very clever, traveler. You aren't the only one who had something taken from you. There are victims like you everywhere. The only difference being, you can speak, and the remains cannot. Something similar happened in Sumeru. Within the span of one night, countless consecrated beasts were slaughtered, and a large amount of the god remains buried in the
Which
desert
flavor
were
is
missing.
it? White chocolate. Huh.
Of course, god remains are just one of the targets. The culprit is chipping away at sources of power all over this world.
Wait, you mean... the stars?
Mm-hmm. 42 of them have died out in the past few months alone. In Conria, people believed that powerful individuals have corresponding Stella Fortuna. Even should that individual fall, their Stella Fortuna would not disappear, but gradually evolve into a new constellation.
Didn't realize it until a little bit. I was like, wait a minute. Stellar Fortuna is, I'm pretty sure, the name of copies of the constellations in the character menus.
Yet now, stars are disappearing from the skies entirely. Something has been leeching power from this world, like a parasite steals nutrients from a host. And now, it's no longer satisfied with the remains of the dead. This time, it only took a fragment of your soul. No one knows. All I know for certain is this. Getting back what you lost will not be easy, considering how much power this entity has stolen. It must be a god-level being by now, at least. But that's not the real concern. Souls are fragile things. We're going to help each other. You are my ticket to uncovering this thing's true identity.
Well, great! You seem super strong and,
Don't get all mushy on me. All I'm doing is helping you get back to normal after a sudden crisis. And I should warn you, getting mixed up with me can have unforeseen consequences. We're on very different journeys. You don't want to be in my debt. You help me uncover the truth behind this entity, and I'll help you recover what you lost. This is a transaction, that's all. You would do well to remember that. Now, come along.
yeesh! You'd think she'd be a little friendlier since she's agreed to help us. But nope, she's just like when we met her in the primordial sea. Well, whatever. If that's how it's gonna be, then she doesn't deserve our friendship. Ah, Paimon's got it. Frosty the Lavender Melon! Serves that Ice Queen right!
Ice Queen again would just fit better. Though to be fair, as a person who watches Ruby, the word Ice Queen itself has gained a more negative connotation in general, at least as a use as an insult.
Anyway, the important thing is that we get that piece of your soul back.
I feel like I do recognize the person who's voicing Paimon currently. God, this is so cool. Can it be seen from the other side? God, that's awesome! I love that. It's a literal rip in space-time, meaning it can only be viewed from one side. That's cool. Now where the hell are we?
This place is way bigger than Paimon expected.
This is where I live. I suppose it's the closest thing I have to a home here.
It's like somewhere in the
It
abyss.
is. I brought you here because time flows differently in this place. I don't know how much Ajax has told you, but when he fell into this space, I mentored him for 3 months.
Ajax? Oh, right! That's Child's real name! Yeah, remembers him mentioning something like that. So, a month here is equivalent to 1 day in the outside world?
Yes, well, I didn't bring you here just to show you around. In the outside world, the Traveler could be attacked at any moment. Now, we just need to figure out how to investigate that place you saw. Both your description and the abyssal disturbance I felt point to that space having some connection to the abyss. The thief who stole that fragment of your soul is hiding there. But the abyss is a chaotic and turbulent place. Abyssal power can grant a special form of sight. Have you ever wielded abyssal power before? Okay. Do you plan to learn? That tracks. All the information you have suggests the abyss is something sinister. And that
And you're saying that's not true?
depends on your perspective. Floods and hurricanes take countless lives too. But if one day you gain the power to control them, what was once a calamity is now just another tool in your arsenal. I'll respect your opinion though. Just means we have to turn to the second best option. A little abyss crystal that contains my power. Wear it on your head, and we'll be able to perform dream mirroring when we fall asleep.
Dream mirror?
It means experiencing whatever the other person is dreaming. Since you haven't studied the art of using abyssal power, and have no plans to jump in the deep end right now, with dream mirroring, every time you slip into a deep sleep, I'll see with my own eyes whatever scene plays out in your mind.
Huh. You make it sound so simple.
Tough to say. This is an unprecedented situation for both of us. Even assuming we do manage to find where this entity is hiding. Like I said, getting your soul fragment back won't be easy. To play it safe, I need to give you some special training first.
Wait, you're gonna teach her something? Does that mean the next time we see Child, we have to treat him like our senior?
Do as you want. You're already a pretty good fighter. All I'm planning to do is build on your current skills and train you for the specific scenarios that I think we might face.
Okay.
But that's enough talk. If you're ready to do this, then come with me. Time might be more lenient here, but that's no excuse to waste it.
Oh, she moves fast. So, special training, huh? Kind of a rare opportunity. With your skills, there's not a lot of people qualified to train you. The last time something like this happened was probably anti-Raiden Shogun training, right? Oh,
Oh,
feels
God.
like a lifetime ago.
Bro, I got stuck on that for so long. I could not fucking finish that shit.
Skirk seems pretty strong too, though.
And the worst part is, doing it gives you, like, there was, like, 0 point into doing that. Like, at all. The anti-Raiden Shogun training does not help for what you're actually going to be doing. It's just like, hey, what if you just, like, try to not take damage? And it's like, that's it? It's just dodging the attacks? Which is not the main issue of the fight, usually. It's usually the ignoring the fact that you get all your skills taken from you. Like, and then they give you a super big buff, so it doesn't matter anyway. Like, you can do... I want to see someone take a fully built Mawika into that fight. Don't make me fight with the Traveler, I swear to God. My Traveler is not built, like, at all. I have this, and that's it, because it's the only character I can use this on. It's the only character I can use this on, really.
Ready? Your training will be split into 3 stages. We'll start with blade work. You're no rookie in this area. During your long journey, you've no doubt sparred with a lot of talented sword fighters.
You bet. There's Kaya, Master Jean, Kuching. You sparred with a bunch of them too, right?
Don't get too smug. In sword fighting, techniques alone are not enough. You need a cohesive system to bring it all together. To use the human body as an analogy, your style is your skeleton. The foundation, the framework. Techniques are the muscles and other flesh attached to the bones. Improving your sword fighting is like growing that body. If your frame got bigger and taller, but you didn't add any muscle mass, you'd be weak and flimsy. Then again, if you packed on pounds of flesh without a big enough frame to support it, you need to do some introspection. Take a good, hard look at your past experiences and figure out which parts of what you've learned are just techniques, and which parts can be used to form your own system of blade work. Only then will you...
Wait, is that Paimon thought you were gonna teach her some cool new moves?
One day, you'll reach a new level of power where you realize that even that's as basic a trick as any other. But right now, our sword styles are so wildly different that teaching you mere techniques is pointless. There are no shortcuts in the pursuit of power. Failure is your best teacher, and rigor is your coursework. That's all I have to say. Now focus. Destroy the crystal columns as swiftly as you can.
Oh, okay. Okay. I wouldn't have problems.
Oh, this is making Paimon's head spin. Hang in there, traveler!
If I didn't also have the restrictions on using sprints. In case you don't know, sprints are oh, 891. Oh. Wait, are they actually giving the Traveler stronger abilities? What? No way. No way are they actually doing this.
Stay calm. Use your head. You have to keep it together.
Oh, missed that one just barely. If stamina wasn't an issue, it wouldn't be as much of a problem. Is that permanent? Please tell me that's permanent. We're having different effects.
This moment will be frozen in time.
Cut to the chase.
Consider a moment of true mastery that you've witnessed in another person, and ask yourself, what lies beneath the surface? What's their guiding philosophy? What's their state of mind as they maneuver their weapon? Now take that and practice it right away with speed, skill, and strength, over and over, until your hand is one with your mind.
Step on up. Dance with the waves.
Oh, and then he's not voiced. So I do hope these are permanent changes. Like, actually. I hope I get to keep those abilities. Oh, I want fucking
You
asleep.
start to tire. Empty your mind, but do not stop. Stay in that frame of mind as you keep up the fight. Get rid of all redundant movements. Imagine your sword is an extension of your own body.
'Twas on a deserted, moonlit night that the hero approached the vile dragon's limpid lair. Ring cutter! Feathers fleeting wet. The white heron treads water. A sight without flaw. Master of Inazuma Kamisato art Tachijutsu.
I like how it's just every sword character in the game is showing up. Open weapon contain all this power. Zone, limitless power surging through me.
Looks like you've made some real progress.
Awesome! Paimon knew you could do it!
How do you feel?
Why do you keep my
As you
eyes?
should be. Time flies when you're training hard. You've actually been going for several days now
Several
with
days
no
with no
rest.
rest.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Paimon's had a whole bunch of naps.
Go get some sleep. I'll be doing the same very soon. Let's hope you see that foggy place in your dream, so I can get this investigation over and done with.
Okay, so the Fortuna is what it's called, right? Like the constellations. Yeah, Stella Fortuna is what they're usually referred to as. I forget that they're technically items, but like I've never gone into the menu after getting one. Okay, please do tell me that these changes are permanent. But man, I want progression for the Traveler's Strength, like overall, not just like having stronger elements. What is this place? Don't like the place again? Skirk's in the dream mirror and to kick in when I fall asleep. So why am I back here? I was expecting this is in the same dream as last time. It's dark and gloomy. There's in that chilling fog that made my hair stand on end. Dream mirroring is a two-way process. Maybe I've seen the inside of her mind while she's exploring mine. This is her inner world. It's pretty bleak. I can occasionally make out the sound of the flowing stream, but than that, it's so empty. What's that? Strange looking creature. Where did it come from? I think it wants me to follow it. Might as well see where it leads.
Skirk, why are you skipping classes again? We've talked about this.
'Cause he's a crabby old man. And he's a boring old man. I don't like going to his classes.
Excuse me. You shouldn't talk about your teacher like that. It's very disrespectful.
All right, let's not get into a big fight about this. Skirk's learned what she needs. There's no point forcing her to sit through more classes if she doesn't want to be there. But I'd still love to hear about what you got up to yesterday. Why don't you tell your dad all about it?
I went diving and I saw this huge fish. I never knew they could get that big. It looked kind of dumb though with that stupid big fat head. I tried to shake its fin, but it just spat water at me. Oh, and today I'm gonna go to that prairie up north. There's supposed to be this giant bird there that can spit fire. I bet if I climbed on its back, it could fly me all the way to the stars.
Then I suppose your old dad should get one as a pet too. Otherwise, how are you gonna hear me call you for dinner up there in the stars?
When it's time to eat, I'll come back on my own, Zilly. Anyway, gotta go.
Wait! Put on a coat at least. You'll catch a cold. You spoil that child, you know. Ever since that merchant ship arrived, she practically lives outside. Always going on about exploring the beyond one day.
Ah, let the kid do what makes her happy. Besides, we both know you're all bark and no bite. Come on, our little adventurer's gonna be hungry when she gets back.
Interested. Very interested in whatever that's going on with her path. The weather's wonderful today. Yeah, something happened. Something happened. I'm waiting for it to.
Stars shimmer high above, mountains as far as the eye can see, an endless snowy plain, or maybe buildings taller than the sky. Can't be the only one asking these questions. The universe is fascinating. If only I could meet some other people like me. I'm sick of being a kid. There's so many amazing things out there. But for now, I'm starving.
Huh? What's over there? Something's going on? It's about to take a turn.
Don't let a single one of them get away!
No, please, spare the children! Stay back!
They're coming! Run!
Eliminate the threat.
Take them down.
Don't be scared.
This way!
We'll never make it! Fire. There's fire everywhere. What happened?
I told you we shouldn't have trusted these outsiders!
Why are you doing this? What did we do to deserve this? We welcomed you with our finest food and drink. Showed you the best our home has to offer. Gifted you cloth dyed by our own hands.
Run! Save yourselves!
Captain, Zone 3 is clear.
Begin extermination. Remember the orders from upper command. No one is to be left alive.
Rest assured, sir. We have enough munitions to annihilate these savages and burn their entire civilization to the ground.
Good. The only ones who put up a real fight are that man and his wife.
We shot the man in the ankles and the wife broke her wrist attempting to fight back. They won't be doing much more fighting. To prevent them from making some kind of last stand, we're planning to clear out the other zones first so we can send a bigger squadron to surround them.
Well, well. Turns out some of these beasts do know how to use their claws. Let them cling to what's left of their lives for a little longer. Once the other zones are cleared, I'll cut off their heads myself.
It smells like something's burning. What's going on?
Dad? Mom?
Skirk, you're all right?
I'm so happy to see you, sweet girl. But you need to go. It isn't safe here.
What happened?
This is the place. Alert all units. Prepare to surround.
Run, Skirk! Run as far away as you can! Your dad and I, we're not afraid to stare death in the face! My clever girl, so curious. You're already so brave. I know you're going to grow up to be such a positive light in this world.
Whenever you miss us, remember, life is a gift.
Break down the door! Look what we have here. You! Stop singing! Shut it! I said shut it or I'll make you!
Oh, you're awake? I found a few clues while you were asleep, but it's only a start. Now, time for the second stage of your training. This time, the focus is elemental energy. Come find me when you're ready to begin.
So yeah, as I imagine, there's a lot into Skirk's past. Really interested to figure out all the other stuff related to that. Can't change my version from here. I like how technically it still considers us being here. Because although we're technically in a different area. It says Gwaley Plains, but yeah, I don't think that's true anymore. Oof, hiccups. Okay.
Man, staying in the abyss feels so surreal. No day and no night. It's like time hardly exists. Well, except for the fact that Paimon still gets hungry like clockwork.
The way I see it, the pursuit of power is divided into 3 stages. The first is mastering the use of standard weapons. Next is learning how to harness natural energy. And after that, you're free to challenge even higher dimensions. The natural energy of Tevat is, of course, elemental energy. But that's not my area. Abyssal power, yes. Also known as the power of the Void Realm. My master, Sertologi, is a true expert in that area. After all, he was one of the group of 5 that infamously stole the all-encompassing power of the Abyss. An act for which the people of Conria gave them the epithet, the 5 Sinners. The elemental energy of Tevat, on the other hand, is derived from the power of the Light Realm. These 2 forms of energy exist in direct opposition to each other. Suffice to say, there's not much I can teach you this time. A keen observation trap. Call it respecting local norms. The Abyss stands in direct conflict with the will of this world. So, to make my life easier, I disguise my power to make it appear cryo-like in nature. It's a technique I learned from some Conrian ruins, known as the 7 Shifting Serpent. If you ever change your mind about delving into abyssal power, I can teach it to you. So I've heard. You seem to have a knack for removing abyssal power. But is purification really what's going on there? Like I'm just thinking out loud. True growth comes
I always
from
felt like that's
adversity,
probably the case
but
as well.
only if you make the choice to pick yourself up again every time you fall. So, it's time to push yourself to the limit. Use the power of Animo to clear the field as fast as you can. Observe your surroundings. Look for things you can use to tilt the scales of success in your favor.
See, I would, but it just fucking grabbed the cryo anyways. I would have used the pyro, but again, it's still grabbing the cryo. I don't fucking know why.
Windblade!
Fucking, can you get stunned, please? I imagine it's because of the priority for elemental infusions. You know, because it's still the same as before.
Use the power of Hydro to destroy the spikes.
Do you just not fucking want to get hit? Hello?
Faster! Don't give them a chance to strike you. You need to be quicker than you were in your dream. You can't afford another injury like that.
Trying to get movement is really weird. Yeah, Hydra is definitely still the fucking weirdest one of all of them.
You need to understand what makes you special. The ability to wield elemental energy without a vision and switch between the elements at will.
I mean, not in gameplay, but yeah.
It means your aspirations need no approval from the gods. Your power is not bound by the rules of this world, so be bold. Do not be afraid to chart your own path.
Can I force Dendro to react with other elements?
Very good. It seems you've reached a deeper level of connection with the elements. Long enough for you to lose yourself in your training, which is a good sign. Relentless practice with the elements has drained all your strength. Get some rest. When you wake up, we'll proceed to the final stage of your training.
Which is what again? I really do wish that these changes were permanent, but they aren't. Like, imagine if we actually got like a powerful, strong version of the Traveler. I mean, we probably will by the end of the journey, but that'll be a while from now. Time to learn more about Skirk.
What is the secret to power? Longing, hatred, self-preservation, the fear of losing those you love, the fear of watching your home burn. Fear is the source of evolution. It forces humanity to adapt to their environment and overcome hardship. It is in the process of prevailing over our fears that we surpassed first ourselves and then the rest of the world. That fear is now part of you. It calls on you to evolve. And it is time to answer.
Ow, it hurts. See, I wish it was such an awkward speed.
Any minute spent missing home is a minute wasted. Practice your sword work instead.
But, Master, I can barely lift the sword anymore.
So it has not broken yet. Then pick up your sword and keep practicing until it breaks. After all, bones can always be reset. Good, Skirk. Once again, you survived.
Cold and pain.
These are signs that you are adapting to the abyss. Each time the flesh is torn and the spirit crushed, each time you claw back from the brink of death, you become stronger. I now understand why these people sought to destroy your homeland. Your potential goes beyond even what I could have anticipated. But you still have much to learn in your pursuit of strength. Your mind is rife with distractions. You must learn to shut out all the pointless emotion. Crush the self that makes you weak. Get up, Skirk. Wipe the blood off your face. Cut away the rotten parts of your flesh. And mend what is broken.
you got some good rest. Skirk said to tell you that she's ready to start the final stage of your training whenever you are. So, wanna...
From your training so far, you have gained better command of the sword. And more, that's only part of it. Experience is the real teacher. Your journey, the friends you have made, the dangers you have faced. These have taught you more than I ever could. Now, it's time to focus on how you react under pressure. You must be able to think rationally, even in unpredictable combat situations. To simulate this, I'm going to attack, and you're going to block. Ready?
Oh, this is the parry thing?
Not bad. That's just like your brother. Oh, that reminds me. You still don't know what happened to him.
Hey, no fair!
You think every opponent has the same moral code as you? You can denounce their deplorable methods all you want. But only if you live to tell the tale. Strong emotions will always arise in combat. Anxiety, anger, fear. But a true warrior is never at their whim. How amusing. But you don't. You can choose your own path. Let's begin. Try to use reason over emotion. This is your final training session. Look alive.
Okay, so I'm gonna guess they gave us the
Same
parry
drill as
ability?
before, but this time I'm going to interfere. Hold your focus.
I just don't have animations or stamina. Oh wow, yeah, because the fucking actual range of the fucking shit is awful. That's actually ridiculous. Forget how fucking actually terrible it is. I wish I could make it so that I don't move, like automatically target towards them sometimes. I definitely pressed attack again. I don't know why you're not doing it.
Not bad. Better than I expected. You're getting the hang of it. The first step to controlling your emotions is controlling your mind. You want a unified train of thought. It all comes down to focus.
Your mind is rife with distractions. From now on, you must learn to shut out all the pointless emotion. Crush the self that makes you weak.
Stop. Let's pause here. One look, and I can tell your mind has wandered. That's to be expected. There's a limit to how long a human being can concentrate on one thing. Staying calm and focused sounds simple in theory, but in practice, It's more demanding than sword work or elemental abilities. Get some rest. No point training further if you're already dead on your feet. Like I said at the beginning, the only goal of this training is for you to reach a point that you're satisfied with. You managed to push past your limits, which is a good start. You can be proud of that and sleep well knowing that you've earned it.
What is your pump? Hydro sigil? Why Hydro? Is this area considered to technically be a part of Fontaine? That's kind of funny. Okay. I'm gonna start a new recording because it's already been 55 minutes.